Oh my goodness, it has been so long since I have seen you guys. If this is the first time you are joining me at Journal Live with me, I am Latina Mata, the founder of True Growth Caribbean and a facilitator of Revolution Breathwork. And I am so glad to be here this morning after not being here for the last 2 months to do a journal live session. Now, if you are taking me in, I want you to just put in the chat, let me know that you are here, let me know that you are present. I'm so glad to be here this morning. It is the 1st of November, which I can't believe, like, where is the time going? And this morning and this month, the theme for True Growth Caribbean in terms of our journaling is self love. Okay. So, if you have been a part of our journal live sessions before, we know that this is different. This is different because usually we just use the Just Few journal. And when we use the Just Few journal, we use all the components there. But I decided to switch things up, and we're going to work on specific areas of our lives as we navigate these journal live sessions. Good morning, Keisha. It is so nice to have you. So three things that you need: intentions, good intentions, your journals, as well as your pens, right? Good morning, baby. Oh my goodness. So this is real life, guys. This is my daughter just waking up, and this is how this goes, right? This is how this goes. Now say good morning. All right, guys. So that's what we're gonna do this morning. We're gonna journal on self love, right? Keisha, let me know if you have your things and if you are ready to go. Okay. So here we go. Self journal prompts. Okay, go and sit by grandma, mama on a live. Okay. We're gonna be doing some journaling on some self love today. Now, when people talk about self love, they're like, yes, of course, I love myself. Of course, I know how I feel. Of course, of course, of course. Yet, when it comes to self love, there are so many elements that we aren't even aware of that prevents us from really radically self loving. And radical self love is what makes this entire thing different. Radical self love is what makes us see ourselves and our imperfection and our flaws and love us in spite of. Radical self love is where we are aware of our shortcomings and we let go of the perfectionism to be more and to do more and to have to just keep being and stretching ourselves in this capacity that doesn't feel good, that essentially says that who we are in this present moment is not enough, right? So for some people, it's very obvious that they are like, Latina, I know that there are parts of me that I don't honor, that I don't love the way that I want to. And then there are other people who just believe, and myself, I was one of those people where I was like, yes, of course I love myself. Like, you can't tell me I don't love me. And then when situations arose and things happen and I was able to confront certain limiting stories, I noticed that there were parts of me that did not love parts of me because there was shame, or there was guilt, or there was annoyance or resentment to certain parts of me. So the goal is to see all the parts of you and come to this space where you could lovingly accept all those parts of you. All right. So, Keisha, let me know if you are seeing the little prompts on the screen because I'll be placing the prompts on the screen for you to see. Let me know if you could hear the music. Um, yeah, this is so new for me. Just as you know, first time doing all this fancy thing here. You know, usually we just hop on the YouTube on the Instagram live and we just say what we have to say and we use a filter. So now this morning we don't have no filter, but we have these little fancy cues to support you. All right. So our first prompt today, before we get into all the journaling just yet, like put in the chat what is your power word for the week, right? So this is a new month. This is a new month. we are almost the end of 2022, and for some people it's probably, the time to just rest and to recharge, and you're trying to bring it down. And for people like myself, I'm like, hey, I have a light under my butt, I'm ready to go. So share with me what your power word for this week is. My word, and I've been seeing it every single month for the last year, is impact, and it remains the same. So my word for this week is impact. Good morning, Kizzy. Good morning, Karen. I'm so glad to have you guys. So share with me what your power words for this week are before we get into our journaling time. And of course, Zoe is here as well. For those who don't know, Zoe is my dog. Let me show you guys. Zoe looks homeless. Say good morning, Zoe. Zoe does look homeless. Right? Keisha, your word is intentional. I love it. I love it. I love it. So my word is impact. Keisha, your word is intentional. Kizzy, what is your word for this morning, for this week? And let's get into it. So I'll be using my journal, this journal. I find it's very cute. God, goals, growing and glowing. I'm using this journal to journal in today. Kizzy, your word is consistent. I love that. So let's go. So our first prompt today is, what are three things about me that I am grateful for? So what are three things about you that you are grateful for? And we're just going to spend a few moments just really being present here. Oh, Kizzy, thank you for hopping on. So before we start there, guys, of course, with all the dog and the kids, I forgot a very critical part of this exercise, and that is for us to be present and do our belly breaths. Just take some deep breaths in. All right, my lovelies. So let's take our breaths. Good morning, Patel. Oh gosh, Patel, you couldn't find me. I know. I'm so sorry. Let's go, right? So we're gonna rest our hand on our chest and our heart space, one on our belly. And we're just gonna allow ourselves to be present in the moment. We can forget about the dog, and the kids, and the husband, and the children, just for a minute. We're gonna forget about what happened yesterday. We're not gonna worry about what's supposed to happen later. And with our power words, consistency, impact, intentional, we're just gonna take one deep breath in through our nose. Make sure we feel that belly expand. And we're gonna squeeze that lower area of our body and feel the energy pushing right up to our chest. And then we're gonna exhale. We're gonna take one more deep breath in. Squeeze and exhale. It's safe to be here. It's safe to do this work. It's safe to be present in the moment. And just keep your mind on that word that you decided is going to be your word of the week. And this is going to be our final belly breath in through our nose. Make sure that belly expands, squeeze. Feel the energy pushing up your chest. And exhale. All right. Okay, my lovelies. So, our first prompt is, what are three things about me that I am grateful for? We're going to write. So, as I said, I have my journal. And I'm going to journal with you as well. So, yes, Kazit, this front, I decided, hey, you know what? For the next 3 months, every month we would have a theme. And this month's theme is self love. When I speak about self love, I speak about radical self love. And that is essentially accepting all the parts of me that has shame, all the parts that has shame, that has guilt, that has, we're just trying to not pay attention to it. We're just trying to push it in the corner. We're trying to get rid of it. We're trying to fix it. And essentially, to try to do that to part of ourselves is to tell ourselves that we are not enough in who we are in this very moment. And that's not true. We are enough. We're more than enough. So here's what I want you guys to do while you journal this with me. I want to just put in the chat and say, hey, I'm finished, Latina. Let's move on to the next, okay? This is so exciting, guys. What's the 3 things? Like, I just like all these little cute things we have going on the screen here. Yeah. Let me see some other things here. Nice. And are y'all hearing the music? Kizzy, let me know if you're hearing the music in the background as well. And of course, you are free to share one of the things that you're grateful for. And I mean, this is so different, right? What am I grateful for about me? And I felt like that was a hard question. What are 3 things about me I'm grateful for? I'm grateful for my resilience. I'm grateful for my open-mindedness. I am grateful that I have chosen to do this work. Why are these prompts making me emo? Oh, I'm sorry, Petal. Is this better, Petal? Nice. Oh, I love you guys. I really do. The second prompt is, what does self-love look like to me? What does self-love look like to me? Self-love. Self-love looks like accepting all the parts of me. Petal says, I'm grateful for a magical body. I love that, Petal. I have to get a table high up here, guys, so I could write. I could write so y'all could see. But I don't want to be pulling the camera up and down just before it falls down and we have a whole catastrophe. What does self-love look like to me? What does self-love look like to me? At any time with journal prompts, guys, if you feel as though it's a hard question, like I just want you to just stop and be like, oh, okay, visualize, just take a moment to drop into your body. And the thing with journaling is that it gets to be intuitive. We're not trying to be in our headspace. When we journal, everything is all intuitive. Whatever comes to you is what is needed to be journaled. We don't have to think about it like, I wonder if that's correct. I wonder if that makes sense. No, what comes to you is what it is. Self-love looks like seeing me in all my imperfection. and loving me in spite of. Of course, put in the chat when you are finished, so we will move on to this third prompt. Those of you who are joining me, say hello. Let me know that you are here. I see Kizzy, I see Petal, I see Karen. Keisha. All right. I am happiest when. I love this. I love this question. I am happiest when. Oh guys, I need to sneeze. You know how this does go. I just felt my nose tingle there. I am happiest when I am well rested and get sufficient sleep. Good morning, Cindy. I'm so happy to have you. I'm happiest when I'm well rested and get sufficient sleep. I'm happiest when I'm organized. I'm happiest when I am present in the moment. So lovely is when you finish this one as well. Put in the chat done. I do have one request for you folks who are on. When we are done, give me your feedback and let me know how this experience has been going for you. It's new for both of us. Gonna move on to prompt number 4. Let me know. Nice. Kizzy on top of the ball today. So our next prompt is, how can I support myself today to show self-love? I love this. How can I support myself today to show self-love? Guys, and I'm journaling live with you as well, right? So we pauses in between. Yeah, baby is November the 1st. My daughter is excited that today is November the 1st. Guys, and if I tell you why, she's excited because just now it's Skittles Day. So my way of showing myself self-love today is to be present in the moment. As I navigate segment through segment, I'm going to try my best to be present in the moment because I feel happiest when I am in the moment. Okay, seeing that y'all are finished, let me know when you are. Our next prompt is, what are my intentions or goals for this week? What are your intentions or goals for this week? And I want you to keep your power word in mind. I want you to keep that word in mind. And then I want you to take a look at what your intentions or goals are. And I want you to just give yourself a moment to be super present about it. I actually want you to take some time with this prompt here because, as I mentioned on a podcast episode before, it does not matter. All these tools that we use, all these modalities that we use, what makes the difference is the intention. So, for this prompt, I really want you to just take a moment and really give yourself permission to be really clear about what your intention or goal for this week is or are. What your intentions or goals are. And for accountability, I want you guys to share, if you feel so free and so inclined, I want you to share in the chat what your intention is. So this is for accountability. What is your intention for the week? My intention is to show up for myself. And that means don't be lazy. It sounds very interesting, but that's my intention, not to be lazy. The less fussing, the better for me. I did a lot of fussing and complaining all weekend, and I just don't have it in me this week to do a lot of fussing and complaining. So that's my intention for this week. All right, guys. So I'd really love for you to share those intentions for accountability. All right, you guys are done. Nice. So the next prompt is, what is my non-negotiable task today? So what exactly is that non-negotiable task that we talk about? So essentially, we have this long list of things to do because we have these big goals, right? And we're like, yeah, I have this long to do list. I have this to do. I have that to do. I have the other to do. And then life happens. And sometimes with life happening, we end up doing everything else beside this one particular thing that we get to use as our thing to move our needle forward. So it doesn't matter what's going on the outside, this non-negotiable task must be done. And there are two main reasons to see this, or two one way to see this non-negotiable task and one of the biggest impacts that having this non-negotiable task creates. And that is, this is your way of rebuilding your self-trust. This is your way to rebuild your self-trust. To see your non-negotiable task not as a task, but as a promise to yourself. So if the goal is to generate this amount of money, or the goal is to be kinder to yourself, or the goal is to exercise, or the goal is to do something, think about it. And all of these answers are intuitive, guys. I want you to think about what that non-negotiable thing could be for you, and decide that that task is going to be done. Whether it rains, there's thunderstorm, it doesn't matter. You are going to ensure that it's done. And to add to that, you get to do it in a way that, one, feels good for you, two, in a way that works for you. So if your non-negotiable task is to work out for 10 minutes for the day, your minimum, you get to set a minimum and a maximum for yourself, so that you could keep this promise to yourself. We don't want you to be doing things over the top where it's too much and you can't sustain it, right? So share what your non-negotiable task is for today. Anastasia, intends to prioritize priorities. I love that. Kizzy, intention is to maintain the schedule. Done. Cindy, my intention is to stay committed to me. I love that. And now share what your non-negotiable task non-negotiable task is. Sorry. Baby, I'm on a live, Naya. Kanisha, your intention is to be intentional. I love it. My non-negotiable task is to timers when it comes to my work, when it comes to this business, guys. Like, it's a very interesting place to be sometimes. And one of my struggles have been, you'd swear I have ADD or something of the sort. Like, I'm bouncing doing 25 things at one time. And I know that focusing on a task in time is necessary. So my non-negotiable is, every time I have to do something within my business, I'm going to be very clear. Okay, I'm going to do this task. I'm going to set a timer that this is the task that I'm going to do. I'm going to stick to that time to complete that task. So if we're doing a blog, all we're doing is the blog. I'm not going to do the blog and then go on Instagram stories and then respond to messages and do 25 things at once. That is my non-negotiable task, and that is going to support my helping me to focus better. Anastasia, non-negotiable, finish kids' laundry. I love that. Cindy, morning meditation. I love that. Nice. So my non-negotiable is to set my alarm for my tasks and stick to it. Yes, Keisha, you are going to start your questions for school. Keisha, ensure your to-do list is done well the day before. I love that. Nice. All right. So now we are getting to the final part of our journal live prompts. So after all of that, declare your affirmation for the week. I want you guys, when you say this affirmation, I want you to type it in the chat, and I want you to type it in capital letters. I want you to type your affirmation in capital letters. I really want, it might sound all woo-woo and just weird and whatever. I really want you to give yourself permission to own this statement. I want you to give yourself permission to be like, hey, 15 minutes, we here, 45 minutes, how long we here? We here why? Half an hour I'm here. I invested this morning. I set these intentions. I'm going to show myself self-love. This is my affirmation that I'm going to use to ground myself today. This is what I'm going to use to help me navigate the day. It could be a quote, it could be a prayer, it could be anything. A Bible verse. I want you to write this affirmation in caps, and I want you, when you're done, we're gonna do a really quick exercise to just ground that affirmation. All right. My affirmation is I am capable of doing the work even when it feels hard. So you guys write it in the chat, capital letters for me, and now we're gonna do a very quick exercise. Anastasia, I don't chase, I attract what belongs to me will find me. I love that. I'm actually going to write these affirmations down too. I will not, I don't chase, I attract what belongs to me will find me. Nice. I will not let fear take control. I love it. I will not let fear take control. Who else is there to write your affirmations? Let me put that on the screen. I will complete all of my tasks and responsibilities. I love that, Keisha. Cindy. I am worthy. I'm in love with myself. I am healed. I love that. Kizzy says I deserve to be treated well, and it starts with me. Whew. Listen, listen. You guys on these affirmations, I need to put this up and have this for everybody else to read too. So, as we go through these affirmations, I really want you guys to just take a moment. Anisha, Kanisha, Keisha, Cindy, Kizzy. I want you to just pause for a second. I want you to bring this affirmation to the front of your mind. I want you to put it on your chest. And I really want you to affirm this boldly, powerfully. It could be in your Wonder Woman pose. If not, I just want you to internalize what it is you've said. And we're going to take some deep breaths as we just let that go into our system, right? So let's go. So bring that affirmation to mind and just ponder on it for a moment. Acknowledge that you have creative power in this process. Acknowledge that you are very clear about what it is you want. And even if you aren't clear, you know what it is you like to feel. And just say that affirmation to yourself. See the words in your head. Feel it in your body. Acknowledge that shift in that emotion and that mood when you see that the things that you are saying you're about to do. And repeat gently to yourself, but assertively. Or it could be loud if you want. I don't want to shout in your ears. And affirm. We're going to take one deep breath in. And exhale. Take one more deep breath in and exhale. And ground yourself in that affirmation. We're not just saying affirmations for the sake of saying affirmations. We're saying affirmations because we are reprogramming our subconscious minds. We're giving ourselves space to do so. My affirmation for this week is I am capable of doing hard things even when it feels difficult. Nice. So, lovelies, I want you to share with me how you feel in this present moment. I want you to write me chat what mood you're in, what feelings are you experiencing right now. Because as quickly as our journaling session was today, it was very intentional. And the intention is for us to feel grounded so that we could show up any day in a way that feels better than it was probably yesterday. My heart feels full. I feel grateful. I feel charged and ready to go for the day. I feel prepared for the week. So there is Zoe being herself. Kizzy, you feel accomplished and grateful. Oh wow. Zoe. Guys, I apologize for Zoe. I feel calm and energized. So we have calm and energized. We have accomplished and grateful. Kenisha, I feel light. I love that. Gratitude and joy. Yes. Anastasia, grateful and joyful. I love that. Guys, this is November 1st. You and I, we have another chance to get this right. And I use right so loosely. I mean, we just get another ourselves grace. We get another chance to give ourselves compassion. We get another chance to be present in a moment. Yes, Lanaya Mata, this is our life. Keisha says, I'm grateful and hopeful that I'll be intentional this week showing up for myself. Yes, Keisha, and you're going to make sure you finish that paper for school as well. Yeah. So, guys, it was an absolute pleasure. No exaggeration that you guys came here with all the last minute shifts and who couldn't find me this morning, and you guys are here. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for being in this space. Thank you for being here. I sincerely want your comments and your feedback in terms of how this worked in this way, because it's different from Instagram. Let me know. Your feedback would be appreciated. Thank you for engaging, all you lovely people. All right. I do have one thing to share with you, and you guys are the first to know. On the 4th of November will be breathwork, another breathwork session. So I'd love to have you guys there. It will be at 7 p.m. And if you feel as though there is anxiety, if you feel as though there's, this trying to figure things out all the time, if you feel as though there's been a disconnect, you feel as though you're disconnected from your body, This is a beautiful thing for you to be a part of. So November 4th, which is the new moon, if you're into moons, it would be a beautiful day for you to come and set intentions as well. All right. So have a beautiful day. Thank you, Petal. I love you guys so much. And I would see you guys next Monday. Oh, Friday, sip and color. How could I forget? So those of you who sipping and coloring with me, Friday at 8:30 we'd be sipping and coloring as well. All right. So love you guys. Bye bye.